Hello, everybody. This is Frogman, and welcome back to Manufactio. This is going to be episode number 26. I hope you guys enjoyed the base walkthrough as of what was the last episode, and well, it was a lot of fun to make. Took quite a little bit of time, but it's just one of those things. It's just kind of fun to do occasionally. Is remember what you've been doing and look around and wander through things, and at least get to show you guys off what the world looks like. We've got the render distance turned back down because it does kind of help on the frames a little bit right now, but we're up on top of the mob farm, because I made a change after I started digging around and looking at some of the circuits that we have available. I found out we had a sequencer. And a sequencer is a kind of sequencers give me the ability to run the water down here at a different rate. So what I've got it set to right now is I have it set to 6 seconds. And a sequencer basically is a timer that has multiple outputs in at least this one. So what we're doing here is we're sending a signal out that is going to then pulse the water, and 6 seconds later it's going to send a signal out that is going to pulse the water off. So it turns the water on, and then 6 seconds later it turns the water off. And then 12 seconds later, which is the time it takes to get from this point, well, it should say, I think it's more than 12 seconds, dummy. Wow, I'm really good. 18 seconds later, almost 20 seconds later, it goes all the way around the line and then fires off the system again. So that allows the platforms to fill up with more mobs. So definitely I was glad to find this thing. I am having it fire into 2 repeaters with a slight delay on the off so that this has time to burn out, although it doesn't really matter because we have a pulse former in here now that is doing the work. So I figured I would share that with you, those of you that are using this type of mob farm. And the other thing is, and I know this is probably where the spawns are happening, is that's why there is a lamp right here, because that is a spawnable block right there. So that is why nothing spawns up here. So, all right, the other thing is, let's get down here. I want to go over to the coke oven area because I made a major change over here. After the walkthrough episode, I was like, we need to kind of fix this mess and this ugliness and let it kind of let it work a little bit better. So I squared the cave out and I made a tank. A proper tank. And in this cave area up here, we have multiple, we'll see if we can see it, that's why I got the lights up here. We have multiple chimneys, multiple vents, all leading into one line that I can now not see because I jumped into it, that all feed into a single line here that is then being fed into a chimney upstairs. I did that because the system that I had in here before was not good enough to move the pollution reasonably quick enough out of this area. So it's been running for, I don't know how long. Let me look. It's been running for a good while. There was only a stack or 2 of coal coke in here, so, and it's definitely getting rid of it. So at least this way, I am controlling the rate at which it enters the rest of the system up here, and it is in, just kind of still as, it's making a little bit better tank out of the system. So it's still one of the heavier polluters, and we probably should look at the modular machines multi-block structure for these, just because I don't need to be dealing with that. So all right, let us go look at the next thing we have done in between episodes, and hit R so those go away, and that is in here. Last episode, or should say episode 24, we unlocked a bunch of stuff. So I went and set up a bunch of stuff. We now have 3 arc furnaces in here. I know this is overkill. I know it. I don't care. I have the parts to make them, so why not? All of the arc furnaces, all of their graphite electrodes have been set up with unbreaking, again, like we did with the original episode. And since the recent unlocking of, where is it, this advanced monitoring stuff, this also got us the ability to be able to use an inventory checker. So an inventory checker basically just replaces a comparator and allows me to say, I want you to check a specific slot inside an inventory for a certain amount of stuff, and when you get to that point, shut off. So right here we have it set to slot 10 with the 64 items in that slot. We haven't hit that spot because we're moving that over there. And as you can see, the little drones are working very well for whatever reason. They're happy now. I I had a little bit of problem for those of you messing around with this. If you want to use this kind of a system to automate titanium, I had a problem with this right here. For some weird reason, I had to set the titanium ore filter to ignore item metadata and ignore item NBT because I don't know whether it was just in between episodes, the update that we recently got caused the problem or what, but they were sitting right here, picked up the titanium, but they would not deliver it to this machine. Okay, that we got that sorted. Now, since we have these, I also want to say that there is one of those under this block right here, which I have set to slot 8 at 64 again, so that I can tell when this thing is full, clear up to about that point. We'll put that away. That is turning off this reaction chamber, because reaction chambers are one of those machines that don't back stuff. So if you fill the inventory up here with things, it will just start throwing items into the world. And that's not what we want to do. So I did set that up so it can basically, shut itself off once we get that full. All right. As far as the titanium alumide process. So titanium alumide process. This is, where is the ingot? The ingot is right here. The ingot has to be smelted out of the alumide dust in an arc furnace. That's why that guy is over there. And the titanium alumide dust needs to be made in an hey, I'm going to get out of your way. I'm sorry. Has to be made in a fluid assembler, which this is a new thing for the recent update because of the problems that we were having with the modular machines being stupid for fluid versus regular item things. So it has to be crafted in a fluid assembler using pulverized aluminum and some of the titanium ore that we have over here. So again, what are you doing? Are you out of air? Oh, what? Why are you out of air, dude? You shouldn't be out of air. Whoop. Put that away, and we'll put you on top of here. Oh, I forgot to hook this up. I'm stupid. Hang on a minute. We'll just finish this discussion, and then I'll fix him. So it has to be made in a fluid assembler with those various things. So what I have done in here, I guess we got a bunch of them dead now. Out here, in this open space that I had prior to beside the building, I have reworked the rail lines outside so that I have a place to deliver titanium, uranium, and aluminum dust, which we are picking up from over there. So this is going to allow me a little bit more room to put some more of the processes in here so that when we need to carry other things out, we can. So let me go fix my poor little drones. And we need the redstone box with the, and in between episodes, since we harvested a bunch of that, I should say harvested a bunch of that, researched a bunch of things, I went ahead and crafted a bunch of these up just so that I can kind of start working on getting rid of the wires. And for those that don't know, you can direct relate high voltage lines into whatever you put into this system. So this stuff is good for 4,000 RF a tick per connection. So what I did was I took there are 2 connections in here for high voltage, so that's right around 8,000. So 16,000 RF a ticks coming into this building. You put 2 connectors on it, so that's 4,000 each, so this line is good for 8,000 RF. If I want more than that, I can just put more of those connectors on there. And eventually what I will probably end up doing is we'll be swapping a lot of this stuff out for the better flux ducts, but this stuff is ridiculously expensive at this point. So we have a bunch of poor dead drones. Well, nuts. Gimme you, gimme you, gimme all this stuff. We'll put that in here. And we'll set this down on that. Go. Oh, there we go. Are you guys charging? No? You're dead too, aren't you? Poor little guy. That's one of the only problems with them, is that if you forget to let them charge, they end up dying. So he's going to charge there for a second. Can I put you down and you'll charge too? No? Maybe, whatever. Anyhow, I just wanted to show this off. It has been running for a little bit while, and we've gotten a bit of titanium alumide, which is awesome. Okay, so what I want to do today, after we get that discussion over with and done, was not expecting to have to babysit some drones. Whatever. I want to go over to this building because I believe in an episode in 24 or 23 we unlocked a better process for blue circuits. So what I want to do today is I want to tear this all out and start over with that using the precision assemblers, which we have a bunch of goodies in here for right now. And this is what I have available to me as far as parts are concerned. So let me remove all these and we'll be back. Alrighty then, so got the space all nice and cleared up, got the pipe removed a little bit, and I got a few things put away and got my chests out so we can do a little bit of work. Alright, so to answer the reason of why, when we look at this process here, as far as making elite control circuits, and they're kind of expensive in the assemblers. They also require sulfuric acid. So this is one of the heavier users as far as making this, because if you want to make a lot of these, we don't need tons of them, and we won't need tons of them for a while. But the problem here is that the only way to get yellow science is to craft a lot of these. So every time I make 2,000 of these, I'm going to use a considerable amount of these. So it's not like you're using 2,000 of them, but it's one of those ways of trying to save on a resource, specifically because, for one, it doesn't require nearly as many. Whoop, that's the wrong thing. Hang on. This research here that way. It doesn't require near as many circuits, and it doesn't require the doesn't require the sulfuric acid to use, to be crafted. So it's a way of saving on sulfuric acid, because since I'm planning on making a lot of titanium, I'm going to be using a lot of sulfuric acid in that building for creeper acid. And I think probably in the next episode or two, we're going to be looking at a different process for making the creeper acid so I can save even more on it. Sulfur is one of those things that just chews through my petroleum products like nobody's business. So since we are here, we have a bunch of stuff that I have pre-crafted already, and if I can get them into my inventory so we can take a look at them, that would be great. The precision assembler requires one of these, which is crafted as such, and that's just a controller. The machine structures are crafted with a bunch of this goody stuff, which I'm glad we have these on AutoCraft and this on AutoCraft. The only thing I had to make was the aluminum plates, which is not hard to do at all. So those are part of the deal. We needed an output hatch, which again is pretty simple. The let's see, the titanium coils, which I can make the advanced titanium coils. I'm guessing these are the best ones in the whole game, because that's a pretty top tier, or best as far as the mod is concerned. And of course, they're pretty cheap. So go over here. Of course, we need a power input plug, R, which is a battery. That's not too hard to craft. And the motors. These are the best motors that I can craft right now. So we're going to have to be doing some research on those eventually, but they're pretty cheap, pretty simple. Again, this system is upgradable based on what you put in it. So I'm going to put the best coils in it that I can at this point in time, and then we may end up going ahead and researching some of these, just depending. Again, it's still going to be I only need a certain amount process of this, so I really don't care how fast it goes. As long as it can keep that thing full, I don't care. So how we make these is hello game, come on. How we make these is with a hollow projector. The hollow projector is this mod's way of showing you how to build things. So you shift right click on it, and it will allow you to select what you want to make, which we have many things in here to do, and you have to shift left click and grab to be able to see what's in it. We're interested in this one. So now it's going to tell me, and if I shift right click it, or right click it on the floor, it's going to show me what I need to do in order to be able to put things down. And I believe this is the front. So I want to make sure it has plenty of room to do what we need to do, and I want to make sure it's aligned right there. Now the outputs are going to be over here, the inputs are going to be over here. And this is a modifiable structure. That's still not where I want it. How about right there? Is that lined up? And I think I want to let's move it back a little bit more. So put it right there. Hello. Right there. What did you do? Is the game locked up again? Probably. There we go. We're going to work on this. We need to work on that problem. That problem is really starting to become annoying. Is that good? That's where I want it. Okay. Now, these blocks are modifiable. You've got all these surface areas on the bottom is where you can put your input plugs and where you can put your output things. So what I want to do here is I want to put the input hatches on this side and right here. Now the output's going to go right there. So as you can see, this changed the way the structure works. These can be input hatches, output hatches, power plugs, any kind of anything like that. We're going to have to get power into this thing somewhere, and I can't remember if I can do that in the next layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of these down here. I'm going to put the controller down here, and we're going to put our coils in and our motors in. Boop and boop. All right. Now, if I grab the hollow projector and scroll with it, it's going to allow me to see the rest of the structure. And that was what I was afraid of, is that I can't put a power plug where I need to put the power. So this is going to have to be where I put power. So that's not awesome. How about we move this is the output. I'm going to move you. No, we're going to leave you alone. That's an input, and we'll put the power input right. That is not awesome, but I guess we can move things around as we need to. It's one of those structures. At least with these type structures, you can choose where you want certain things to go. You don't have to fill all the blocks up with all of the stuff that it says it needs. So, all right, let's just finish the multi-block structure. Can I get in here, please? No? So do it like this. Okay, and okay. And you want 2 pieces of glass. Yay. That means I'm going to have to move that. Fill in the structure. And that should be all of it. And if I click on that, we have a precision assembler. Okay, that's going to be fun to get power in, isn't it? That's going to be fun to get power in it. I may have to do some dirty on this. Anyhow, let's wire in the inputs. Can I put this stuff in the output so that it can stay here? No, that's awesome. So these are going to need to be recycled eventually. Anyhow, I need my ducts that we have here plus some filters. So the filtering, we need to be able to tell it what it's going to get in on all of these. So do I have any? I think I put them all away. Beautiful. Let's go grab a couple of circuits. So I need that and that. And the gold wire, which I knew as soon as I put these things away, cleaning up, that was a bad idea. And in we go. Okay, so we're going to filter the circuits in on this side. So circuit and circuit, blacklist, whitelist, basic control circuits, only keep 64, and only keep 64 of the advanced control circuits. So we can put that in there and that in there. And this is going to try to feed that, so I want to get rid of that real quick. And yeah, we should be good to go there. We'll put this in like that with the gold wire. Again, only keep 64 on hand. Put that in there and then put the pipe back. Where is it? Right there. And no, I don't want you to connect to that, please. Thank you. Okay. All right. Now, the output, we're going to just do this. We're going to grab this bin and place it right. And let's go a little higher. Bin right there. You can go to here. And where is that servo that I know I have? We'll just grab that one. It doesn't need to be that quick. And redstone control there. And it almost lined up where it was. That's right. I have to pull the red circuits out over here, don't I? We need to change this. That is the one we want the red circuits on. No, you're not doing this. Let's change that out for you. Over here, we'll get the gold wire, and the gold wire can go in there, and then I can connect this, and then I need to bring that over, I know, down and dirty, nasty looking pipes to here, and that should work. I shouldn't have to be too silly about it here, other than I want to tell it to only keep 64 of those in stock at all times. Matter of fact, just do this and let's see if it works. Go in there. So those should produce into that. They did. Excellent. I am going to grab, I'm not going to worry about it right now. All right, so we've got all of the inputs, outputs. I just need to rerun this line back into the main base. Is that almost going to get there? It did almost get there. There with this servo, and we'll give that a round robin just in case. Why are you filling? You shouldn't be filling. Oh, we're making circuits because it saw that it needed to do that. Okay, cool. Alrighty then, so now we need to get power into this thing. How am I gonna do power? Power. What if we do, come here you. That's the problem with building it like this. I may have to move that over here somewhere. We'll do that. Yeah, I think that might work. I should have probably not broke that off. So let's see. We need to put you back where you were, which is right there. I'm going to kick it up one, and then we're going to do this to right there. And I need another one of those with the couple of those that we have. Give me this, please. So here to there, that to this. This may end up getting into the casing. I hope not. It did. So we got to go up one more. Is that going to work? Okay. And then you over to here. Connect it up. Filling up full of power. Wonderful. And you should be ready to go. So if I turn this button on here, it's going to very, very, very slowly craft us more blue circuits. So, very slowly craft more blue circuits. So circuit comparison-wise, I believe here we're looking at a pretty decent amount of time. What is that? It is, well, that's the wrong one. We need this one. 9345 divided by, not minus by 9. Dang it, what are we doing? You know, I love it when things want to work and when they don't. 93450 divided by 350 divided by 20 is 13 seconds to craft one of these things. So in the precision assembler is 113 seconds. It's a lot longer time, but I don't have to worry about stuff. And we can definitely speed it up with better motors. So I guess I didn't need all my stuff. Let's see, where are we as time is progressing? Let's just leave all this alone. I'm going to go ahead and put this away for now. Awesome. Put that away, put those in there. I don't need them. Okay, so what I want to go ahead and do then, since we're standing here, is talking about this. I would like to get the next best motors, or at least let's just see what we can do, because we only have the advanced motor available. So let us look in here. Enhanced motor is 100 and 100 and 100, so 100 red, 100 green, and 100 purple. Do I have any of this in here? I do. So this, and this. So that, and that. Detect, claim, and let's hit the back button. What is this one? 200, 200, and 200. So we'll just go ahead and do this. And go ahead and claim all that. As many as we can, and then scroll down and claim the rest of them. Sweet. Claim and back and put all this away. I mean, it's what we have science for. We might as well use it, right? Is that everything? Yes. Okay, cool. All right, so that got us the next 2 tier motors. So that is the titanium rods, electrum coils, things like that. And this is uranium plates, titanium coils, and titanium alumide rods, all of which we can craft. So, sweet. Alrighty then. So, that should do that for now. We're good to go on this. I'm going to come in here and pick all of my junk up in a little bit, but at least that is the precision assembler for this process. If I want to, I could go ahead and make another one. I don't really think it's necessary for this point, and I may move this over a little bit just to kind of make it look a little bit nicer, but as you can see, we are making elite control circuits, and this is awesome. I think in between episodes, I am going to go ahead and start working on the process that is going to be changing the way this is made here. Because we have the greenhouse and because we have all the capability of growing all kinds of plants, there's a better way of doing this, which is, well, I should say better, cheaper on acid way of doing this. So where the heck is the creeper acid? Creeper acid, which is a mixer with biofuel and water. So I have plenty of capabilities to make biofuel, and as we can see, we're definitely low on sulfur and definitely low on a few other things. So alrighty guys, I guess with that I am going to call it. I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.